Sounds happy there, yeah.
On.tv is an amazing website for new streamers or seasoned streamers alike. I'm going to tell you right now, when you start live streaming from a small YouTube channel, you will experience going live to a crowd of zero, zilch, diddly squat at some point. And that's going to make you feel pretty rubbish. But always remember, even if nobody is watching, the video saves, and it can still get views. To make sure your next live stream has at least one viewer, but ideally a lot more, here are 13 things to do. Number 1, set a regular showtime. Back in the 90s, people had to watch a television show
Yeah. Yeah, wait. On the group. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, wait. On the group. Yeah, I see a studio. I see a well-designed studio. Cool. I see a team change. Yeah, wait. Yeah, we've got to mute while this is happening. Otherwise, you're going to get all this. Yeah, I see a studio. Team change. Yeah, wait. Yeah, we've got to mute while this is happening. Otherwise, you're going to get all this. But that's cool. It's working. And I did hear the sound when the Formula One car was, when you were doing your intro. Should we mute? Faz, should you and I mute and then stay on WhatsApp? Communicate on WhatsApp.
Yes, I've already muted. Did I go?
But that's
out
cool.
of-
It's working.
That's
And I did hear the sound when the Formula One car was, it's just when you were doing your intro. Your sound.
Okay.
Welcome PFA to the
closing
first
soon.
ever
Should we mute?
Formula One episode. So like
Faz,
our
should you
team manager said, you want to achieve something you've never achieved before, you need to do something that you've never done before.
Communicate on WhatsApp.
I'm super excited to be chatting to you today about you, the financial advisor, the Formula One driver, how you can optimally
And I did hear the sound when the Formula One car was, it's just when you were doing your intro. Your sound.
Okay.
welcome PFA to
closing
the
soon.
first ever
Should we mute?
Formula One episode. So like
Faz,
our
should you
team manager said, you want to achieve something you've never achieved before, you need to do something that you've never done.
Communicate on WhatsApp.
I'm super excited to to be chatting to you today about you, the financial advisor, the Formula One driver, how you can optimally.
And I think in this I don't think it went cold. It's just when you were doing your intro, don't start.
Again.
Welcome PFP to the first ever
Should we mute?
Formula One. So like
First, should you
what you achieve something you've never achieved before. To be chatting to you today about you, the financial advisor, the Formula One driver, how you can optimally.
And I think in this I don't think it went cold. It's just when you were doing your intro, don't start.
Again.
Welcome PFP to the first ever
Should we mute?
Formula One. So like
First, should you
what you achieve something.
Sounds happy there, Ian.
Connor?
Yeah, let's communicate on here, otherwise we're in your... It came through fine, it was just our noise that was interfering. Let me patch Faz in so that we're all on this. You're winning there, Ian. Looks like it. Okay. Yeah, let's communicate on here, otherwise we're in your... It came through fine, it was just our noise that was interfering. Let me patch Faz in so that we're all on this. You're winning there, Ian. Looks like it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Colin, Faz, can you hear me? Colin, Faz?
Yes. Yes.
I can hear
Colin,
you.
Faz, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Colin, Faz, can you hear me?
He's not hearing us. Let me send a chat.
Colin, Faz?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I can hear
Colin,
you.
Faz, can you hear me?
Yes. There's a delay now.
Colin, Faz, can you hear me?
He's not hearing us. Let me send a chat.
Colin, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. There's a delay now.
Colin?
Can you hear me? Yes. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Can you hear me now, Colin? Colin?
I can hear you.
Yay.
Can you hear me now? Oh, good. Yes.
Can you hear me now, Colin?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Colin?
Yes. I can hear you.
Yay.
Can you hear me now? I can hear you, Ian. Oh, good. Yes. Ian, there's a delay.
Now, Colin?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Colin?
Yes. I can hear you.
Yay.
Can you hear me now? I can hear you, Ian. Oh, good. Yes. No, it's a long delay. Yeah. Ian, there's a delay. Yes. Can you hear me? Yes.
Yes. I see it, but it's not moving. It's standing still, right? It's meant to. Okay.
No, it's a long delay. Yeah. Ian, there's a delay. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. I see it, but it's not moving. It's standing still, right? It's meant to. Okay.
No, it's a long delay. Yeah.
Ew, I see me. Ew, I see me. I'm on YouTube, yay. Yes, we are. No,
I'm not.
Colin is not yet.
There we are.
I'm on YouTube, yeah. No,
I'm not.
Colin is not yet.
There we are.
Take away. Anybody else? Is that exactly where Henu and Danielle will be on the YouTube or on the video? Is that exactly where Henu and Danielle will be on the YouTube or on the video? Is that exactly where Henu and Danielle will be on the On YouTube, it's still delayed, but I think it will move to the TVs. Yeah, now we're on the TVs almost.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Well done. I'm just a bit big on the screen,
On
but anyway.
YouTube, it's still delayed. Now we're on the TVs almost. Okay.
But we only need one on the TV, don't we? We only need Danelle. Am I right?
Yes. Henu is on the green. Yeah, he has a green.
Henna's live, yeah.
Standing
Not
in the
live.
screen.
Yeah, he is live. Correct.
Yes. So, Ian, during the pre-recorded video, will Henu be standing behind this desk
Don't we? We only need Danelle.
and Danielle will be on all the TVs? Oh, Yes. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Thank you. And on the videos, he's looking to his left and speaking to us. So that's gonna work out because that TV is over there.
Looks real.
Awesome. Yeah. So I have a question. Is it my laptop? I'm not getting sound on YouTube itself. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm not getting sound on YouTube itself. Oops. Okay, my laptop sound is on. YouTube sound is on. Yes. Yes. But no, you're getting.
Well, I'm not sure if it's coming from
Could you come?
YouTube
Oh,
or
it's gone.
Zoom.
Oops. Okay, my laptop sound is on. Or maybe click on the link on your cell phone, the WhatsApp link to YouTube, and then switch your computer's sound off of it. I don't know.
Well, I'm not sure if it's coming from
Could you come?
YouTube
Oh,
or
it's gone.
Zoom. Yes, I am getting sound on YouTube, and it's perfectly synced. It's delayed from
Zoom.
Zoom, which we know.
Or maybe click on the link on your cell phone. The okay, it might be my laptop then. I think it's on its way out.
Yes, it's perfectly synced.
I think yes. I'm gonna ask a question. We'll say something.
But we only need one on the TV, don't we? We only need Danelle. Am I right? So I've just checked on my phone and it's perfect. So we can hear, and the sound and the picture are synced.
Yes, I see it. Yeah. Um,
Yeah, it is. But surely click meeting is the solution.
yeah, click meeting must just get its story straight. Yeah, and that's tough because we already have 260 registrants on the click meeting link.
You have to get Click Meeting to work.
Henu said that he's
So
sending an
Wednesday.
invite to 2,000 people. So he's gonna have to send a new invite to 2,000 people with a YouTube link.
Wow. No,
Yes,
but you
yes.
will by where it's only on Wednesday, right?
Yeah, it's only on Wednesday.
So it's, I mean, it's not, today's not critical, although it would have been nice.
I would just also like to test it on Click Meeting before
Absolutely.
Wednesday.
We have to. So as soon as you've got that upgrade done, we'll get back on and just run that quickly. But I mean,
Yes.
we've done most of the stuff today, which is good. It's looking good, yeah?
So how long before the actual event starts should we be doing this? Setting up, getting ready? Should it
Well,
be an
once
hour?
it's done it, it's done. But we should. Yeah. No, you're right. Before, yeah. Yeah, Ian's right. We've had some. Yeah. Faz, we actually had, what's it called? StreamYards, which is, quite heavy, high-powered streaming software. And the guys each get a link. So you get your unique URL. And the one doctor switched, it was a woman, wasn't it, Ian? She switched herself off and then lost the link and couldn't get back on. Anyway, we got it back on. No, it was terrible. She just disappeared.
So Heno and Danelle are going to come onto this Zoom meeting.
Well, no, I've sent another link.
Oh, different link.
Yeah, I should have kept it as one link. I'm wondering if we can you send in this link rather? Can you WhatsApp it to them? Let me send it to you, Faz. Can you do that?
Yes, please. Okay, so I don't think that the villagers spoke to Heno. So we are going to have to explain the YouTube situation. What are we going to say?
No, we're just saying that these guys have had to deliver the thing and it hasn't arrived, but it will. So we're just going to run it with YouTube today. But this is how it's going to work.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's worth sharing that diagram with them.
The C's. Oh, but the villagers did send it to them. He said in
Did
the
he?
group.
Good.
Yeah.
So you can
Same.
understand the different pieces of the puzzle.
Okay, so
All right, I can see. Okay, Faz, there's our meeting thing.
okay,
All
thanks.
right. We can send that to, Yeah, and I'll do an Ezra. I'll do an Ezra. You know, Ezra introduces these dry runs in that really very relaxed. Oh boy. I've just had a dubs.
Yes. Yeah, yes. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, me too.
It wouldn't have helped, though. It wouldn't have helped because it's not working. Well, yes, except that 2,000 people have been invited to the other link. Would that link change when you upgrade, Faz?
I hope
Don't know.
not. That's gonna
I hope
be.
not. That would be another nightmare, wouldn't it? Anyway, you know what? We're going to be doing many of these, so it's worth the upfront pain.
Colin,
Yes.
you have the link that you sent me on WhatsApp. Is your WhatsApp on your PC, on your laptop, or on your phone?
Both. It's
Can
on
you
my,
send that link in this chat, please?
I did. Oh, in this chat. Sorry.
In this chat, yes.
Yeah.
Then it's on the PC.
Gotcha.
Zeno isn't responding to my WhatsApp.
Who?
Oh my goodness. On the screen.
I see. Did it come through?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, there it is. There it is. Yeah. Yeah.
So, will you be able to bring something on there, image, or I don't know, something, and on the TV that Colin is on?
I think it should be something static though, because there's too much happening. There's quite a lot happening.
Say something.
So I've just checked on my phone and it's perfect. So we can hear and the sound and the picture are synced. That's a delay and a long one too. Yeah, it is. But surely click meeting is the solution.
Yeah, click meeting. Let's just get it story straight. Yeah, and that's tough because we already have 260 registrants on the click meeting link.
Have to get click meeting to work.
Helen said that it's sending an invite 2,000 people. So he's gonna have to send a new invite to 2,000 people with the YouTube link. Oh.
Yeah, but you will by only on Wednesday, right?
Yeah, it's only on Wednesday.
So I mean, today's not critical, although it would have been nice.
I would just also like to test it on Click Meeting before Wednesday.
We have to. So as soon as you've got that upgrade done, we'll get back on and just run that quickly. But I mean, we've done most of the stuff today, which is good. It's looking good, yeah?
So how long before the actual event starts should we be doing this? Setting up, getting ready. Should it be an
Well, once
hour?
it's done it, it's done. But we... Yeah. Before, yeah. Yeah, Ian's right. We've had some... Yeah. Which is, quite heavy, high-powered streaming software.
Is that someone's YouTube?
Each get a link, so you get your unique URL. It was a woman, wasn't it? Yeah. She switched herself off and then lost the link and couldn't get back on. Anyway, we got it back on. No, it was terrible. She just disappeared. Okay, Heno's arrived. Are we ready for him?
Heno and Danielle are going to come onto this Zoom meeting. But whose YouTube is playing in the background?
No, I've sent another link. Mine, let me... Should I switch it off? Okay. No, I'm switching mine off.
Sound off.
Okay, should I let Heno in?
Yes. Hi, Heno.
Hi, Heno. We're good, we're good.
Trying my best with all the technology.
Yeah. Talk to us about it. We also...
Yeah. Fez, can I join on my laptop as well? Or can you see is she still on?
Yes, I'm here.
I requested from my laptop, so I want to join the session twice. Is that possible?
The Zoom session.
Yeah.
You can do that, but will your Zoom allow that? My Zoom logs me out of one device when I'm on a different one.
Okay, it says you didn't see a request there because there's the meeting host will let you in soon. You don't see that.
Colin is the meeting host.
Colin, can you? Oh, there you go.
I've let you in.
Oh.
And also Danelle.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Mute on the one. Guy, can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm doing this just to be able to see, because I'm going to set my phone up
As your camera.
Yeah.
Hi, Danelle.
Hello.
I'm Colin.
Nice to meet you.
Have you met Faz?
Yes.
Yes, great. And then Ian, you can't see, but he's the man coordinating everything.
Hi.
Hi, how's it going? Good, thank you.
All right, so welcome. The whole point of a dry run is to iron out any technical challenges that we have, and there always are. So we ask for your patience. We've been busy for the last hour or two, just working through some things. So the first challenge, I don't know, can you hear me here now?
Yeah.
Okay. Ah, that's a proper green screen. Compared to the one he had before. All right.
Right.
So the first challenge we've got is that we've got Click Meeting, but the package that we've got, or that De Villiers has or had, needs to be upgraded. Faz, I think you can explain because you've been dealing with them in America. And they don't upgrade automatically, which is a real irritation.
Yeah, so we're just waiting to get a quote from them, and then we'll do the upgrade, and we will test Click Meeting on our side. But for today, just to make sure that the streaming works, we are streaming to YouTube. So everything will be the same, except YouTube will be replaced with Click Meeting. But it won't affect anything that you are doing if that's us. Okay?
Does that make sense, guys?
I think so.
Also, right with that.
Okay, so
So what Ian's done is he's set up scenes that he's going to pull you in either via green screen, or in Danelle's case, he's going to put you on a TV screen on the right-hand side of the studio. Ian, should I share the YouTube link? So let me share the
in
YouTube
the chat,
link
maybe.
in the chat. Okay, now just bear in mind, and it's something that you've just got to get used to. It takes getting used to, but you will get used to it, is that YouTube has a delay. There's a time delay in YouTube. So what you're seeing on Teams and what you're seeing on YouTube are not at the same time, and it can throw you out a bit. So the suggestion is that if you want to watch it on YouTube, that you switch the sound off and you just watch it as a general thing, but don't look at YouTube because it can throw you out a little bit. Let me just put it on the chat.
Is Hannah's phone not a bit far?
It's too
Should we
far.
not only be seeing the green screen in
That's
the frame?
Mhm.
Do you have somewhere else to put your phone, Hannah?
Yeah, I can move it.
Move in.
Definitely move it. Can it overlap, or can you? Should you only be able to see green screen, or can there be gaps outside of that?
Now, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you mute your YouTube, please? Because it's playing back the sound.
Done.
Okay, awesome.
That's better.
Hannah's screen is Colin, Ian. Is it fine where it is?
I think so. I think Ian can chroma key him out as long as he's covered by green. Am I right, Ian?
Yeah, so there may not be other spaces outside of the green screen, How can we do that? Can we move the green screen closer? I don't know.
I can do that, but I can also do is maybe just elevate this a little bit so that it comes a little bit more from the top. What do you think?
Stand in front of it,
Guys, so this is how I can stand.
What do you think, Ian? A little closer, hey?
Yeah, gaps outside of the green.
Okay, and maybe I should elevate it if I lift the camera a little bit and point it a little bit downwards. That might work. Let me just try that quickly.
And first, do you need me to be in a room without light behind me again?
Yes,
Yes,
I was
please,
about to say, we'll
because-
get you. You need a light to face you, not behind
Ah.
you. At the moment, you look like an angel.
I am one. Okay, I'll go and find a room.
Could you not turn around? It looks like there's good light behind you, Danelle.
Yes, but then I don't have place to put my laptop.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if I close this down. Draai en omdraai.
How's this, Colin?
I think that's better. Ian? Ian's the one who's mixing it, so he's the one who can see the true picture. Do you know what I mean?
Easy.
Danelle, can I suggest for Wednesday, when we
Yes.
actually do it, that you try and organize it, that I don't know if you can put a table the other side so that the light faces you.
Yes, I'll use the same room I had last time. I'll build installation again for me to put my laptop on.
Okay, cool.
Okay. And then Danelle also, you have to wear the same clothes that you were wearing in the recording on the day.
Oh my word, I don't even know what I was wearing.
You can look on the video. I'll send you a screenshot.
You're a
Okay.
woman. You're supposed to remember these things. Don't
No,
women remember?
no, that's not important to me.
In
Oh,
the
and
movie
then-
industry, they call that continuity. It's a small thing, but it makes such a big difference. People forget.
Yeah.
Shadow, yeah. But I mean, I can see a shadow, and is that not problematic? What I can do is try and move the light coming in from the other side.
And then Faslin, I still need a meeting invite for Wednesday. I don't have anything on my side.
Let me just check. Sorry.
We'll also need a Zoom invite. Faz, should I do that now
Yes.
as well?
Yes, you can do that. De Villiers was going to do it on his Zoom.
Oh, okay, let him do it.
Yeah. Okay. once we have all the links together, I'll send a meeting invite with
And what
the
time are we
correct link.
starting?
The webinar
8:30.
starts.
We're starting at 8:30.
So we have
But
to be here at 7:30 to get everything sorted before we start.
Just to
Is that
double
okay?
check that everything's right as it is today.
Is that okay? Henu Danal, 7:30 Wednesday morning.
I can do
Yes.
it. Yes. Right. So I'll be standing like this.
Yes.
It's a good camera. Hey, what phone is it? You know,
iPhone.
iPhone. Yeah,
these phones are so good, eh?
Very good.
You know, the new Samsung is amazing. What is it called? The
Yeah.
S. It's better than most cameras. I mean, these phones are amazing nowadays.
Is the green screen working here? It's a little bit creased and stuff.
I can see.
Yeah.
You look
it's very
fine.
cool. You guys must say, because I can't see that far. It's got a computer set up there, but it's a bit small.
I think he looks good.
Yeah.
Well, he walks away. Yeah, he disappears into the greenery.
For that, apologies.
Danelle, you look fine too. Danelle looks good.
Yeah.
I mean, a bit more light would help, but she's sized well, Ian. You've sized her well.
Yes.
I'm coming in now. I'm just switching on the big screen. Okay. Let's see if you guys can see me again. I should be yeah. Can I just stand and you'll position me, or do you want me to move a little bit? Okay. And then now, Danelle's on my left again. So if
Correct.
I turn like that, I'll speak to Danelle.
It looks perfect. Yeah, it looks really good. It's a bit of smoke and mirrors there. Perfect.
Okay, brilliant. So Tom, yeah, I mean, then it'll, because I'm actually looking at my big screen, that'll work well. Then I can see what's on screen. So I'll just mute the kind of the YouTube channel, and then, but if Danelle chats, will she chat through Zoom or through YouTube?
Through Zoom.
Okay. Okay, cool. That's good. This feels quite good for me.
Okay. Then, people will be asking questions in Click Meeting.
Yeah.
They'll send a question. Before the question goes into the chat that everyone can see, it's going to come into a moderated section that only I see. So I
Okay.
will then send you the questions from there. Should I send it over WhatsApp? Are you gonna have a tablet or something? You
Yeah,
borrow
so
someone
I'll,
else's phone.
yeah, I'll try and sort out my iPad because then I can have a look on WhatsApp. Alternatively, I'll use an extra phone.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, I'll just type out the messages. You can look at it and answer as normal.
Yeah, that's good. So I'll most probably not be answering. I mean, the majority of questions I will have to direct to Donnell.
So then, should you not be forming a group, Faz, with Danelle and Henno,
Yes.
where you send the questions to, and they can converse with one another and decide who's doing what question? The questions will be delayed. In other words, you will, Faz will have sent the questions to you guys well before the Q&A session, so you can decide. So it's not a last minute thing.
Yeah, so if I'm right, the questions will come through while the pre-recorded video is playing.
Correct.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
You have time to think about
So
what
you've got time to, because often we've had this before. We normally do it on YouTube, but this click meeting's better, because what happens is you often get the same question, or you get a question that can be answered, or two questions that can be answered in one, So a moderator is really important.
Okay, perfect.
Just the two of them, right?
it will be the two of them, and then Ian. Will De Villiers be here because it's on De Villiers, it's on his link. Yes, De Villiers will be on Zoom with him and Ian. So 4 people.
No.
He won't be
Ian's
speaking,
question is, who will be on Zoom in the studio? Yeah. So I'll be on Zoom, but I'm not part of anything. So I'll switch my camera off and my mute off and everything. Because the less technology that there is, the less chance there is of clashing, and feedback and all that stuff. So Zoom is only used as a stream, as a separate stream. And we're on it because we're seeing what's going on, and we can send messages and chats and so on. But what Ian's doing is only importing 2 people, Henno and Danelle, and it's only during the live section, right?
Yeah, I just want to ask a question to Donnell. Do you think we need to invite Liesel for potential questions, or are you comfortable to take all of them?
I'll check with Liesel if she wants to form part of that. But I think, if it's within the things that we are showing the video on, then I am comfortable with that.
It's difficult because I don't know what questions to expect, and it's definitely not my field of expertise. If they start talking about X-Plan and stuff like that, so I won't be able to help much.
Yeah, so I'm okay with that. It's more if it's legal type of questions that I probably will need Liesel for that. But if we get the questions in advance, I can always tell her she needs to be available on WhatsApp, and I'll send a WhatsApp message to our group to get an answer if there's something I don't know.
Yes, okay, cool. And because we'll have a bit of time for the questions coming in to do a quick prep on the question.
Yeah. Yes. So what I suggest is you close off questions at a certain time.
Yeah.
And you give yourselves exactly right. So if Danelle needs to refer to somebody else, there's time. Or you can decide not to answer that question. So often there are far more questions than Q&A allows. At some of these conferences, there are thousands of people and they're all asking questions, and you've got to cherry pick. You've just got to decide which questions you want to answer. So you can decide, Danelle and Henno, you can just say, that's not a question that we want to answer. Let's rather answer, the other 5 or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not expecting a massive crowd for the first one, to be honest. Okay. If it gets to 300, I would be very surprised, to be honest.
We already
No, that's
have
not a bad. That's not a bad.
260. We already have 260 registrations on the link.
Oi, okay.
They make you nervous, you know.
Amazing if you've got the data. Okay, cool. So let's say it goes to 500 then, which is 500 is probably maybe off.
Yeah, so you may get a lot of questions, is what I'm saying. So a moderator is really, really important, and to get those questions as early as possible to the two of you, and you guys can say, okay, well, let's answer this question and that question. And you could.
Can I ask? Can we answer questions in the chat? Because then I suggest we get Liesel to answer in the chat.
Liesel onto Click Meeting as a presenter with me. And then she will be able to type answers as well.
Yeah.
So, but then somebody's got to read them out. So Danelle's got to say, that's a really good question. Our associate Liesel tells me that this is the answer. Well, what? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. Louis, ask another question. If Liesel joins and she wants to answer a question, let's say Danelle doesn't have the answer for that and Liesel's got it. Can I, for instance, say, let me, no. Does Liesel need to be on screen as well to answer?
No.
No.
She doesn't have to. She can just type it. She can just type an answer into Click Meeting.
And one of you must then answer it for her. Or no, everybody's seeing Click Meeting. Is that right?
Sorry?
Faz, am I right? Do all the invitees, does all the audience see Click Meeting?
Yes, they are all in Click Meeting watching.
They're all in Click Meeting. So Liesel, yeah. So that's fine, yeah. Okay.
So Danelle, maybe just a suggestion, we don't have to go with it. What is it possible to have Liesel, Danelle on my left on a TV screen and Liesel on my right to a TV screen? Or are we complicating it?
Yeah, I think at this point we're complicating it, but I mean, maybe that's a sort of 2.0, version 2.0.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Happy to do that. Then maybe Liesel must just type answers in the moderation box.
Yeah.
And Danelle, then we can voice it over.
Okay. So I don't want to make too many of these dry runs, but yeah, and maybe it's worthwhile doing one on Tuesday or something. I don't know. What do you think? Or let's see how it goes today. Yeah, for us, the more the better. I mean, I know you guys have got jobs to do, but look, so far it's looking very good. So should we start running the recorded content, Ian?
Yeah.
So do you guys, you got the program from De Villiers with all these pretty pictures and arrows and no, Henna and Danelle.
Yeah, I did get it. I think I sent it to you.
Okay, so just to go over it, scene one, intro clip is the Old Mutual car, which is Ian's fabulous Formula One branded car that intros. It then goes into a recorded session of Henna in studio, standing behind the counter, which is where you are now too. Henna must also wear the same clothes, right?
And how do you have it?
Yes, I've got it.
Okay, cool.
Faz, Henna must also wear the same clothes, right?
Yes, everyone must wear the same clothes.
Because it's this live and recorded thing. Then scene 2 is the 360 demo video, which is on screen recorded. The 3 is the Henna and Danelle pre-recorded, which we'll show you, which worked out really well. Then scene 4 is the live, which is what we need to sort of run today, well, amongst other things. And then the closing is Henna live, which means we take Danelle off the screen, right? Am I right?
No.
Oh, in the close.
The live part, so I'll have to check at the questions, but I need to pose them to Danielle.
No, I know that, but the closing, you're going to close the session.
Yeah.
That's live as well. So you're going to stay on. Heno thanks Danelle for being on the show. That's the end of the Q&A. What happens then on that screen? That's what we need to know. Ian, can you crossfade or fade her out into a Formula One car or a logo or something?
Can we cut that?
Ew. But I don't think they say bye. I think he just says thank you. Thank you for
Okay.
the demo.
So,
And then after that, yeah.
And then after the Q&A, when you wrap up the Q&A, you thank Danelle for being on the show. Thanks for being with us and answering these important questions. And she says it's a pleasure. And then we've got to do something that takes her out of that box. Otherwise, she's going to be there looking spare. So, Ian, what do you suggest from creator point of view?
Yeah, can I also ask the question like right at the end? I would love to do a poll. I don't know what I'll put in the poll, but I want to do a poll. So then you can actually take me off screen, have the poll on.
Is that not what Click Meeting offers? It does.
Yes, yes. The poll goes on Click Meeting. But you need to send me the questions and answers for the poll beforehand so that I can set it up. It's not, yeah, I have to set it up beforehand.
I'm not comfortable with that, Faz. We all have a bit of pressure. I'd like to send it to you in about 20 minutes before the poll starts. No, I'll send that to you.
Ian, what are you put? You're putting me on the screen.
I see the
That's a picture of that's Ian's. What Ian thinks I look like when I was a kid. Okay.
Meno, can I just check with you, the mail that you're referring to, is that the one with the Excel spreadsheet attached that's saying PFA video guidelines with the scenes in it?
No, I sent it. I could have sent it to you on WhatsApp. Let me just quickly check.
WhatsApp. Wait, let me open my WhatsApp.
Check your WhatsApp. I did send it to you yesterday. Just check on
It's like
WhatsApp.
this. And now.
Wait, I'll download. Who needs breaks program? And then there's technical setup, that one.
Opening it up again on my side. Yeah, who needs break program technical?
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, okay, got it.
So the only part that's live is the Q&A as well as the closing.
Correct. That's why we've got to do something with Danelle. That's fine. That's just so that it takes the attention away from that screen and puts it back on Heno. We've just got to take Danelle away from in front of Heno there. Does that make sense? And then you wrap it up. And then what is our outro? Yeah, do we go back to the Formula One cars?
happening now?
Okay, Ian's just setting up that screen that
Right.
we'll finish off with where Danelle was. So it's now, if you look at it, it's now a static screen, so that the focus will be on you. You know.
Okay, cool. Danelle, how many bottles of wine do I need to pay for all of this?
Lots and lots.
I realize that.
Mm.
Danelle, wat is jou confidence level oor die inligting wat ons gedeel het? Soos hoeveel van dit gaan revolutionary wees vir die advisors wat hulle nooit besef het, shit, ek doen nog die hele tyd 'n full needs analysis en dit was nie nodig nie.
Ek dink nogal heel wat. Ons het vandag weer 'n sessie gehad met Kaap Cape Region. En daar's so min van die adviseurs wat weet van Express Financial Plan en Xplan Touch. So ek dink dit behoort vir redelik baie van hulle 'n wow te wees. Leonard se streek is die streek wat eintlik baie betrokke is, omdat ons 'n drive gehad het vir Touch in sy streek. Maar buiten Leonard se area dink ek is dit nie baie wyd bekend, maar daar is makliker maniere om die ding te doen nie.
Okay, cool. En miskien kan jy my dalk help met voorstelle wat ons op die poll sal sit? Wat sal vir jou belangrik wees, wat se inligting om te kry van 'n advice hoofpunt af? Kan gegee dat jy nie eintlik kan track hoeveel ouens Touch gebruik en 360 gebruik en so aan nie. Dit kan ook 'n goeie vraag bepaal wees, of is daar iets wat jy aan kan dink?
Moet die poll vra 'n ja nee antwoord hê, of kan hulle teks intik? Hoe werk die poll vra?
Ek hou nie van teks intik so seer nie, want dan moet 'n ou dink. So ons kan multiple choice, ek like multiple choice, so laat 'n ou kan kies.
Is that for the poll, hey?
Ja.
Yeah. Yeah, my experience with polls is that is better, multiple choice.
So if we think about Express Financial Plan, I would ask something to the effect of what would prevent you from using the Express Financial Plan? And then we can have multiple choice answers to that, because that should give us a good indication as to why the usage is very low. And answers to the effect of it doesn't cover all the risk needs. I don't have a lot of customers with single needs. I prefer to do a full needs analysis, kind of. Then we know that they don't want a quick way. They prefer to use the full tool, or it's because it's only a portion of the capability that's landed up until now. So I think that's for me, it's important to understand why it's not being used. And then Touch, something to the same lines. Yeah. The Touch one for me is different because we've rolled that out in 2018 already. So it's almost 4 years since we've gone live with it, with very little people knowing about it. So it would be nice to understand, do you know about it, yes or no? And if you know about it, what do we need to do to almost get you started, or what can we do to enable you to use it better? Or do you need training, or Yeah.
Okay.
And then maybe also a question around the goal conversation. Because we want to reinvent the goal conversation, so that might give us some good ideas. Where do we need to start?
Okay. Cool. I'll type out.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, if you can just send that to me. And
Yeah.
I was thinking, I think we need to put ourselves a bit on the spot to say, will the content that we share today help you reduce time during the advice and compliance process? Yes or no?
Okay.
If,
Yeah.
if that is, yeah, and if we didn't get that right, then we need to redo something. Can you also just make a note there while I'm thinking? I need to understand what is the highest priority for the team for the follow-up sessions. Is it underwriting? I'll actually send you the topics. Let me just send you the topics. So that we've got it in one place. Because I would like to know what the guys would find valuable going forward. So I sent you the topics of best quote. I need to work on that a bit. And then now let's ask another question. So I would like to do after this first session for the next 2 weeks, following to the second session, I would like to start sending small bite-sized chunks of information that we shared with the guys. Can you think about what that would look like? I'm happy to package it myself. I just need to know what would add value.
Yeah. I think we've created some infographics already on some of the topics that sits inside. So we've done for Express Financial Plan, we've got infographics. We've done for where do you start in the advice process? So when can I start where? So we've got nice infographics on that. We've got a risk journey and a savings journey that's mapped out. So I think we must just look at all the elements that we discussed, and I'm happy to build the infographics and send it on to you, and then we can just send out the infographics. We find that the infographics work quite well because it's simple and it's in picture format, and people tend to read that better than a long email with info in it.
Yeah, perfect. Can you please send some of the stuff to me? Let me just have a look, especially the risk one that you spoke about.
Okay. Yes.
Thank you. Need to check out this battery because I think Zoom will eat my battery. Let me just double check this. Yeah, from 8.22%, which is quite a lot. I might have to just charge this bad boy during the session so that it's on charge as well.
All right, guys, are we ready? So
Yep.
the pre-recorded Henna and Danelle section is still rendering. It's a huge file. It's like 50 minutes long. So what we want to do is run the program as it goes. So we'll start with the intro clip. Go into scene 1, go into the 360 demo video. Maybe it's rendered by then, but I don't think so. It takes a long time to render. And then run the live Q&A. We'll just have to mock up questions. Just, I don't know, make them up, I suppose.
That's fine.
And then the closing of Heno. And our question, Heno and Danelle, should we finish with the Formula One cars again as an outro?
I like that, but
what do you think, Heno?
The moment you start playing the cars, the guys will leave, but that's fine.
It's just a nice, buzzy sort of finale, right?
I like that, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to run it. If obviously it's not going to be as smooth as it could. That's why we're running it. So we need Ian and myself to understand the links, because that's where the smoothness comes, right? Is from scene 1 to scene 2. So Ian, whenever you're ready, we can start with the video. The intro clip.
I just want to move over to the sound.
Oh.
Should we be seeing something?
Yeah, no, we should. Wait a sec. Ian, can you run that intro clip?
I see it on YouTube. Okay, change.
I'm going to grab the charger quickly.
Sorry, just give us a sec. Ian's just sorting something out.
Cool.
Danelle, are you in Cape Town as well?
I'm in Langebaan on the west coast.
Oh, where?
Langebaan.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What a nice place to work from, eh?
Yes.
Is it cold down there? I'm in Natal, KZN.
No, it's
and
hot.
it's normally hot, and it's not freezing. By Durban standards, it's freezing, but it's chilly, eh?
Yeah, no, it's quite hot on our side. I know it's been raining in Cape Town, but on our side it's been actually the weather was quite nice.
So how long does it take you to get to Cape Town?
To drive from Langebaan to Cape Town about 45 minutes, and then to
Oh,
get
that's
from
not
Cape
bad.
Town to Old Mutual another 45
Yeah.
minutes. So it takes me. So getting to Cape Town is not the issue.
He isn't.
I'm on. I just, yeah, my battery went and it did freeze because it asked me for low power mode. But it's plugged in now. I can see myself on screen, but not on the virtual screen. Just says Henno Cynical there. Wonder why you can't see me.
We're all seeing just your name.
Faz, can you see me from the front?
I see you on Zoom on both of your cameras, but not on YouTube and not on Ian's screen that we are seeing on Zoom. But I see you on Zoom.
Yeah.
Ian's figuring. You can always hear clicks in the back. That means Ian's negotiating with technology.
So am I right in saying for the whole intro and recorded part, Henno can sit down. He doesn't have to stand there for the whole 50 minutes, an hour, more than that. He only needs to get up and do his thing when the live Q&A starts.
Yeah. So what I think we should do as well is have a WhatsApp group, not for sound, because sound is an enemy of, the feedback, but have a muted WhatsApp group that we can send a message to say, Henno, stand by.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so that Ian's not hassled about that. It's just, we're running it from a backstage point of view.
So I'm going to start a group for the questions and answers.
And then also start a tech group. So which will just be us, who is here now in De Villiers probably. So it'll be Danelle, Henno, Faz, Ian, De Villiers, Colin. And anybody else? Is there? So we can communicate with one another without interfering with, but you must mute your phones.
Faz, can I give you another number just to add, because I've got my WhatsApp on the phone that I'm going to stream from.
Yep, all good.
076
076
733
733
7629
7629.
9.
Okay, thanks. And then now I will have to add you to the group as well. Can you give me your WhatsApp number, please?
Yes, it's 082
082
3755
3755
039.
039. Thank you.
As I move. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we are. But the question Faz said is that it's quite a long time. It's probably an hour of recorded content before Henno comes live. So Henno doesn't have to stand there for that whole time. I think you could probably put a seat there, sit and chill, and then 5 minutes before we go to live, move the seat out of the way and take your position, right? Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So let's go, Ian. It's your baby.
Welcome PFA to the first ever Formula One episode. So like our team manager said, if you want to achieve something that you've never achieved before, you need to do something that you've never done before. I'm super excited to be chatting to you today about you, the financial advisor, the Formula One driver, how you can optimally use your car. We're going to bring in a host of experts that's going to help you in this risk journey to explain all the detail of the car, but very, very importantly is the fact that we need you, the Formula One driver, to communicate back to us to say, this is some of the parts of the car that I don't understand, or why is it built in a specific way? How can I optimally use that? So please be on the lookout for the chat where you can communicate directly to us, but at the end of the session, we'll create time to engage even further with you by having all your answers to the questions given to you at the end. For today's first session, we've spoken about the fact that brakes is exceptionally important in a Formula One car. But why brakes again? Because the better your brakes work, the longer you can actually go full speed before you have to start braking to go around the corners. And similar to brakes, if you don't brake, you're going to go into the wall. If you don't do your compliance or your advice process right, you're going to get debarred. So there's a very, very strong analogy between the brakes and the advice process. But what we've got today is brakes experts that's going to chat to us and telling us how we can actually shorten that period. Because if you can shorten that period, you can go a lot faster. One thing that I want you to think about that we've already launched in some of the regions, but if you haven't heard about this, is how can you quickly start this conversation with a customer from an advice point of view? And the easiest way, in my opinion, is the 360 report, or what Leonard actually calls this, the living analysis. How do you do this? It is simple. You open up your WhatsApp, you get your customer ID number, and you actually just request a snapshot of your customer portfolio all in one page. It's not the perfect analysis, but it's going to give you a very, very good indication of where you want to start this conversation, how much your customer needs, and actually all the detail of your customer, all in a one-pager. And don't we all just love a one-pager? So I really hope you guys enjoy the next demo of how you use the 360.
YouTube on now. Is it not gonna be
Yeah, that's why Ian switched it off here. So this is
To start the simple process, you can save the 0860 number on your device. You can save it under any name, Old Mutual Advisor Service or 360. And to start the conversation, you just say hi on WhatsApp. From there, you select option 1 for the customer one-pager summary. You'll be prompted to complete your own ID number as well as your customer's ID number. The reason, therefore, is to verify that you are the preferred servicing intermediary.
This is delayed.
Once you've completed your customer's ID number, you wait a couple of seconds,
Okay, but we can't see the YouTube now. It's only you guys.
and then the magic happens. You will receive a one-pager containing all the information you need about your customer, as well as possible opportunities that may exist. And at the bottom of this report is the perfect summary to start the risk conversation.
Headphones and YouTube. You can hear it on, and you just put one earbud in, and then the other side you know what I mean. But I'm watching it, and it's looking good.
Cool.
Okay, so we've got to have a cue for Ian as to when he's going to be standing by to set up scene 3, which is the big one that's still rendering.
Yeah,
So
that's
what-
the recorded.
Sorry.
Yeah, scene 3 is the recorded presentation.
Yeah, that's the one that's that 50-minute. That's why it's taking so long to render. So Ian, you need a cue. So can we just roll back Heno's, or actually I can do it on YouTube. I know it's still live, sorry. So Heno, do you know what your sort of penultimate line is just before you end the 360 demo? Or what, sorry, not what is a place that we can use as a visual or audio cue that we know it's coming to an end? Or Ian, you can see it's coming to an end, can't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to start the WhatsApp group, and then in that group you can say.
Yeah. I mean, Heno, you just have to be standing by, and then Ian just says go, and then you start. Okay,
Yeah,
Ian. Yeah. Okay, so can we take it from just before the end of the demo video into the live section for Ian? Yes. No, just the end of the demo video. Oh, no, it wouldn't be the end of the demo video. It would be end of the pre-recorded.
Yes, the end of the
Yeah,
presentation.
yeah. Okay, so let's just assume that we've finished that and run into. So you've got a standby call. Danelle, you're not doing much. You're just sitting waiting. Heno, you're just going to push your chair away. So Ian, give Heno maybe 20 seconds or 30 seconds. Then you can move that so he's ready, standing by. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm actually not sure, ladies and gentlemen, what the scene we are playing out now, but I'm thinking I need to chat to Danelle. So Danelle, the one question that I got is, how much wine are you going to drink this weekend? I don't know where we are. Is that the Q&A part now?
Absolutely. Danelle, you've got to answer him.
As much as possible.
Okay, so
Okay,
that's cool.
I can see Danelle on the, if I look, obviously I've got Zoom on my screen, so I can see me in the virtual studio with Danelle on screen. Is that the one that I should be looking at?
Yes, because that's the one that is synced to real time. What Ian is saying is don't look at YouTube because YouTube is delayed and it just throws everybody. We've got, it's a perennial problem.
Should Heno and Danelle rather not open YouTube or click meeting?
Yeah, absolutely, Baz.
Yeah, forget about
They'll
that.
record
Watch
it. Everything will be recorded, so you'll see the end result. All right.
Okay, cool.
Can we now transition? So Heno's got to have some sort of thank you to Danelle, and we transition. So Ian then replaces Danelle with a placeholder on the screen.
Okay, cool. So then I can continue to say my last bit.
Your last thing, and then Ian will outro with the cars again.
Okay. After I've said bye to Danelle, I think I'd like to do a poll. And we finish off with the last poll questions, and then I just say goodbye.
Okay, Faz, that's your department, right?
Yes. Yep, that's
so
fine.
You're going to thank her and then talk about the poll.
Yes,
Okay, cool.
and then just introduce. You're gonna have to introduce the Q&A also, and then going out of the Q&A, you're gonna say thank you for answering questions, whatever, bye, and then you're going to introduce the poll.
He did introduce the Q&A, but it was about drinking wine.
Yeah. Okay, so you just need to think what you're going to say to introduce the poll as well. And then,
Well, yeah, but first he's going to say goodbye to Danelle, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
In fact, I think the poll comes after the video. The poll is what ends off the whole video. So the webinar stops and the poll runs. And you
Oh.
have time to answer your questions. And then when you are done, it's done.
is that right? Okay, because it's not in this program flow. So
Yeah.
you're saying the poll is after completely after the closing.
Everything. Yeah. So you're gonna have to say bye and
Please complete the
answer
poll.
the poll. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's run from the end of Q&A, and you've somehow got to wrap it up, guys. If there's too many questions and this thing's going too long, you've got to just have a way of saying it's fabulous that you've all asked all these questions. Is there a way they can get in touch with you offline?
Yeah, they can either, Danielle, you must they need to reach out to somebody in the advice team, or
Yes.
Can you say that? Can you say that? Because hopefully, if there are 500 people, there may be 1,000 questions, right? So you've got to cap it. So at some point, you've got to say it's wonderful, all these questions. It shows your interest. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time to answer all of them. But if you want to, please reach out to whatever.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah, and
then
we can,
say goodbye to Danelle. Okay. So let's take that. Let's take that into the crossover to the still. And then, Heno, you also got to turn and face the audience.
Cool.
Okay, so let's do the end of the questions, wrap up. Let's go.
Danielle, I'm really, really glad that you're going to enjoy your wine this weekend. Thank you very much for answering all the questions. With that, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a great pleasure to say this was our first ever episode. I can see there's numerous questions. Please phone Shandor after hours on his cell phone. He's more than happy to answer all of your questions. And with me, that's a wrap. One last thing. For the next 1 minute, I'm begging you, please complete the poll. That'll be on screen shortly. See you in 2 weeks' time.
Perfect. Yeah, that was perfect. You faded it out nicely. And you're going to end on the logo, Ian? On the drive to survive. That's perfect, guys.
Yeah.
I have a question about the questions that won't be answered. So Click Meeting allows me to record all of the questions asked. And I can send you that via email so that you can respond to those people, because we'll have their name, surname, and email address. They get that when they register.
Oh, that's
And
great.
you
Then you
can
don't have to
respond
say
to them.
reach out to so-and-so.
Is that
Yeah,
okay?
we'll collate all the questions, because we always do that after the session. We collate the questions and bundle them together and then give a feedback on email of all the questions.
Great.
Okay, awesome.
Great. All right. So now can I suggest, because we need to do this with Click Meeting and because we need to do it with that rendered content, can we get together and we don't have to, it really won't take more than 40 minutes or so, Ian? When is a good time, guys? Obviously, we want this to go super smooth. Most of it is perfect now. We just need that Click Meeting thing. That's the only thing we haven't done.
I can do Monday after 5 or Tuesday during the day.
Tuesday during the day, I think. Ian, what do you think? Are you the... No. Okay, so what, should we do the same time, midday, 1 o'clock or something?
Danelle's
Tuesday.
Oh, wait, I'm traveling on Tuesday.
There you go.
I'm driving up to Joburg. Do you need me Yeah, you do, I suppose.
Mm.
Yeah. So let's rather make it Monday. Can we? After 5.
At 9.
I can do.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can do
everything
4
looks good.
o'clock. I can do 4 o'clock Monday.
4 o'clock's good for me, Ian.
Mm.
Great.
No, I am in a meeting from 4 to 5.
5 o'clock.
I can do 5.
Good.
I could, yeah.
Okay, now, so by that time, there are 2 critical things we need and we'll have. The one is click meet.